Good morning, my name is Danush and this is my MongoDB project screencast for the advanced database module. The collection I have been working with is golf lesson which contains 1000 documents. Each represents a single golf coaching session. So before I get into the main pipeline, let me show you quickly what a typical document looks like. And this is the MongoDB command used to fetch and show the documents only limited to 2 documents out of 1000. So this is the, as you can see the structure there. Each document has a top level fields like client name, county, lesson fee and duration minimum. Then there are two embedded sub documents, instructor and the client. So the instructor sub document contains name of the instructor, their hourly rate, the type of lessons they teach and so on. And the client, which stores the client's age, handicap, income and how often they play. There are two array fields in this project. One is lesson focus and the other is equipment used. So the lesson focus here, which is a list of areas covered in that session like driving, putting and or bunker play, and the equipment used, which lists the gear used during the session. So those are the arrays which I'm going to show you now. So the example I'll be running through is the aggregation framework query number 4, which I have called AF4 in the project report. The question is unwind the lesson focus area array. So each focus area becomes its own document, then group by lesson focus area and calculate how many times it appears, the average fee and the average client handicap. Show only focus area appearing more than 80 times. So the question asks for each lesson focus area, how many times does it appear across all lessons? And what is the average fee and the average client handicap associated with it? I want to show only focus area that appear more than 80 times, sorted by the frequency. So the key operator in this pipeline is unwind, which is something that has no equivalent in SQL. So I'll be explaining exactly what it does as we go through. So I'll use CLS to clear the screen and let me start the pipeline with the unwind stage. So I have already wrote a pre-written small code to show how unwind works. So this is the code, and if and db.golflesson is the syntax followed by the aggregation framework, and unwind is the filter we are using, and we are using that only for the lesson focus because lesson focus is the array area. So if I click enter, so as you can see what it does, you will notice output is much longer than 1000 documents. That's the whole point of the unwind. The lesson focus field is an array. Each lesson document can have anywhere from 1 to 4 or 5 focus areas in that array. What unwind does, it takes each element out of the array and creates completely separate document for it. So if a lesson had 3 focus area, say driving, putting and bunker play, unwind turns that one document into 3 documents. So everything else in the document stays the same, only the array is deconstructed. This is fundamentally different from how SQL works. Let's say in SQL, if you would need to separate junction table, separate row for each focus area, and then join to bring it back. But in MongoDB, lets you store that naturally as an array in the same document, and unwind is how you flatten it. When you need to group by these array values, it is one of the most powerful and distinctively MongoDB operators in the aggregation framework. So moving on, now I will add a group stage, the group filter in the stage 2. This is where the counting happens. So I have already wrote the the code to show. Let me clear the screen and show you. Yeah, and here after the unwind, we have one document per focus area per session, per lesson. The a group stage then groups all of those documents together, all the putting documents together, and so on. Within each group, the dollar sum is to 1 counts how many times that focus area appears. Average on lesson fee computes the mean of the lesson fee for lessons that are included in that focus area, and average on client handicap gives us the mean handicap of the clients who worked on that skill. Now, notice I'm using a dot notation to access the handicap field inside the client embedded document. That's how you reference nested fields in the MongoDB. So the result now is one document per focus area with these three computed values. This is the MongoDB equivalent of group by in SQL, but applied after flattening the array. So next, if we move on, we do have a filter called match here. So now I only want to focus area that appear frequently more than 80 times. So I will add a second filter to match that group results. So we do have the already pre-written code here, which is match frequency and get 80. So this is important point. This match filtering on frequency field, which was just created in the group stage, it does not exist in the original collection documents. This means this match can only come after group. You cannot put it at the start of the pipeline in SQL. This is equivalent to having which filters on aggregated values after group by, as opposed to where which filters raw rows before grouping. In MongoDB, the distinction in the same match before group is like where match before, I mean after group is like having. So going on to the next stage, I will add final two stages together and sort orders by frequency descending and a project to round the computed value to a sensible number of decimal places. So the stars here we do have the sort stage here, which is frequency in if we mention frequency is -1, then it will do descending, and if we mention just one, it's ascending. So the start stage with the -1 orders the output from most frequent to least frequent. The project stage uses a round, which is an arithmetic expression operator to clean up the averages. Average fee is rounded to two decimal places, average handicap to 1. This is good practice when presenting computed averages. And a raw floating point numbers like 74.8, all these. So now to wrap up, let's look at the full pipeline here. I'll just try to run whole pipeline. Let me clear the screen. Yeah. So, and there are the final results. The output shows the most commonly taught focus areas in the collection, how many times each appears, the average lesson fee associated with the focus area, and the average handicap of clients who worked on it. This is the kind of insight that would be genuinely useful to a school manager. It tells you which skill are most in demand and which client profile tends to work on each one. So that's aggregation framework 4, 5 stages with unwind as the centerpiece. Thank you.